Hello and welcome to that Peter Crouch podcast with me, Peter Crouch, Notorious SID and Chris Stark are with me as usual. Regards to everyone's families.
Yeah, and yours.
Yeah, how are your families?
They're really, really good.
Good.
Yeah, everyone's on top form. Yours?
Everyone in your family's on top form.
Well,
yeah, great.
Top form.
Everyone's
they
on
are.
top form.
Yeah, good to hear. Well, it was my birthday this week,
Oh,
which
is
is
it really?
pretty big in my house.
Oh, brilliant.
Celebrated with a Colin, of course.
Really? Conor the Caliber?
Did you?
Little tradition.
Yeah.
No one knows what to buy you. That's the funny thing with this. And it's that horrible conversation where people say, "What would you like for your birthday?" And I'm like, I don't know.
That's a difficult question.
It's
That,
very
isn't it?
difficult. I mean, what do you get? What do you want?
Usual socks.
Socks?
Yeah, you get the usual socks. And
I like socks and pants, but I felt like Christmas Day overdid it this year.
yeah,
I had so many different pairs of socks.
yeah, me too.
But it's a hard one to do, isn't it?
It's a hard one, yeah. Do you know what I've done? I bought a vinyl player, and then what I say is just buy as an album,
I love that.
which I thought was
That's
quite
a good one. Really
I
good one.
wanna-
It's quite easy.
I want to get one of them.
Yes,
I want to get one of them
do that.
for the new house. Get some records because you can actually get a lot of albums on the records now, can't you? Like
What do you mean?
Yeah, you can buy like even
like-
new ones.
yeah. So new
Right, yeah.
new albums on a vinyl.
Yeah, it's had a massive
Yeah.
resurgence.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of that.
And it's just quite cool because it's nice in the artwork and everything.
Yeah, no, I
It's a
agree.
nice gift.
Something special about getting an album. I'm into it. I went to Nottingham Forest this week and trained with the first team. I didn't really train with the first team, but I was at the training ground. It
I see it.
was great.
I see it. I see a
Oh.
clip of someone making a coffee.
Oh
a
my
player.
God, Ryan Yates, right? Obviously, Nottingham Forest been brilliant this season. You know they've got an actual coffee shop in the training ground. When I say coffee shop, it's just like it's in where they eat in the canteen. They've got a barista making coffee, right? And Ryan Yates has got one at his house, and I said, "Go on, and make me a coffee then." And he does. You know, where they do the little
All like the foam,
Like
the
the
flower
kind of
thing.
flower thing,
Yeah,
innit?
he does the.
He's got
cream.
that in the locker, and the way he did it was unbelievable. Oh, can you believe that?
Taste nice.
Stunning.
There you go.
So I didn't realise how, because he's really into it, and he was telling me about, you know, how much he enjoys it.
So I can imagine what it's like. The environment when you're there, it must just be buzzing.
Oh my
On and
God,
off the
like-
pitch, just everyone smiles, everyone's bouncing
Did you
around.
see the manager dancing? After the game?
Yeah, Nuno.
Isn't that
And
great?
you know, like after that happened, because they beat Man City straight after we were there. Ola Aina, right? He does all the Snapchat stuff,
Yeah.
right? So that it's him that's filming him, but he was just doing that while we were there. He's just bang on it with this Snapchat, and he puts it out there apparently. But what a great lad, and like all of them, Gibbs White, Ryan Yates. We met, we played head tennis with Callum Hudson-Odoi and Willie Boley, and the manager was great. Everyone just couldn't be more accommodating. at
So
the
what
club.
are they doing differently there? What's the secret sauce? What's
I
going
just think
on?
they've bought well. I think they've you know good people, good characters. They all get on.
Yeah.
And Nuno's so chilled. Like
Yeah.
you know, like he was so relaxed around the
Really?
place, and the staff as well. Everyone there, you know, just being around. I've been lucky enough to go to Brentford. Obviously, myself and Joe Cole went down there for TNT, and kind of behind the scenes thing. We're lucky enough to go to Brentford and to Nottingham Forest, two great clubs. And you know, when you go down there, you meet everyone. You think, kind of rooting for them now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and I was glad when they won on the weekend, and really couldn't be more accommodating.
I heard Nuno's press conference after the game, and he was talking about their plan is they just take every game one at a time. They're not forward thinking too much. It's each game's prepared for the same way. And did you get a sense there at the training ground that there is a feeling of momentum? Is it a bit like, obviously different, but similar to that sort of Leicester vibe of,
Yeah.
you know, over to a certain extent overachieving and feeling exciting and riding a wave?
Yeah, well, I think they're here to stay. Like I remember when I did the Brighton game where they beat them 7-0, and it was unbelievable. But I've done a few games there, and it wasn't a shock on the weekend that they beat Man City, and that was the mad thing.
Yeah.
But last season, if you said Forest will beat Man City, I reckon everyone think you're insane.
Of course.
But you know, it wasn't a shock this time, was it? And they built something special.
I mean, I did throw it out on the WhatsApp group, didn't I? It was a dog shit result.
Yeah.
But
What did you
for
mean
me.
by that? Because I wanted to talk about this phrase.
I just mean, I backed Man City to win, and you backed Forest.
Yep.
You got the 3 points.
Yep.
And it was just a dog shit result in that return. In terms of not for Forest. Listen, I'm like what Crouchy's saying there. I am rooting for them now because they're upsetting the apple cart and they're beating all the big teams along the way. But just in terms of being,
you mean because of the league
for our league and the points, it was a dog shit result. But I did follow it up by saying, but it's a great call from you.
Well, it was. I mean, back in Forest, there. I wish I'd had the bollocks to back Forest.
Yeah.
If I'm honest.
Yeah.
Do you know what I loved about it is I was at the Watford game. Watford had an early kickoff, and the amount of messages I got from people that loved. I think people loved seeing Forest beat City, or a lot of people did. Obviously, not City fans. A lot of people loved seeing them do it, but a lot of people seemed so invested in this league to the point where it felt like a bit of a victory. There's so many people that want, specifically you, Pete, to do this forfeit.
Yeah, I know.
3 points in that sort of game is massive.
Oh, it's huge for you, and it's brought you right back into contention. And I've said it before, and I'll say it again. This is better than the Premier League. Liverpool's sewn it up. I think we've got the 3 that are relegated. I think the top battle for top 4 is still reasonably spicy, but this
You've let it slip.
There's all to play for, is what I'm saying now. Chris, you are right back in it on 45 points. Me and Sid's are on 47.
Yeah.
That 3-pointer was massive for you as the Forest City game. Got correct result, and we struggled.
Yeah, I actually thought that you was gonna have a real rampant weekend with that because that was an early kickoff. That was the first game.
Yeah.
3 points in the bag, and then I thought he's got 2 more to play with. And I looked at your predictions. I thought he's got a chance here.
It was close enough. Even the Arsenal game, I was watching that. It was 1-1. I had 2-1. I knew you were out of the picture by then because I think you'd gone 2-0.
I did,
and because it was the 1-1, I knew he can't get 3 points. And then I was looking at Crouchy, and I was seeing that 1-1, that Martinelli chance right at the end of the game.
Oh,
I mean,
he was offside though. Did you know?
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
I was watching it
He
in a
was
pub.
offside.
So
He
I
was
don't-
offside.
Okay,
No, he was offside,
fine.
yeah.
Offside.
Fine.
Yeah.
That,
The line
in
had
some
been
ways,
flat.
that's
He
good
should have
news.
squared it. He should have squared it to the other fella.
Right.
Bruno
That was it.
Fernandes had the chance though as well.
Oh yeah.
David Raya made some stops, didn't he?
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't far off that 2-1, and 6
know.
points of a week would have been
But you'd have gone into the league.
magical. I mean, this is how this league can change.
This is what's so special about this league.
It's phenomenal, but you have let it slip, and I think fans are asking, Pete, do you want it? Do you still want it?
Well,
How bad do you want it?
I want it. I want it really badly. It's not about desire. It's about just getting the right people in. You know what I mean? To implement the beliefs that I'm going to stick to. Because I trust the process.
There's a lack of momentum from you though at the moment. It's
There is a
worrying,
little
isn't it?
Yeah, yes.
There is.
It must be worrying.
I can't remember whether one of you put it in our WhatsApp group, but there was a suggestion about if you do become the loser at the bottom and have to do the forfeit, that it shouldn't just be you.
So yeah, someone suggested, and whoever this was, it's a great idea, but someone's basically suggested that if I lose, because I get my scores from Instagram and get everyone to sort of pile in with it, that actually we throw it out and say, I do the forfeit along with however many other people are willing to turn up.
I
and
think
do
there
the
should be a
forfeit with me.
few people will doing the forfeit as well.
So say I've got to jump out of a plane, maybe 100, 150 other people who listen to this podcast
And have given a wrong score. Should jump out with
and
you.
have DM'd me with a score at some point, should be jumping out as well.
Agreed.
So mass forfeit. It's never been done.
The insurance could be high on this.
Yeah. All right, we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. What did you make of Arteta walking out of the press conference fuming?
So I missed this. So what's happened?
a little
was
bit
the
angry
last
with
question, wasn't it?
Well, the question was,
Which was a legit question.
should you
Come
have
on.
signed a striker, basically? And he said something like, I don't want to talk about that. And he said, hold on, like he tried to dart off, and then he stopped him and said, just one more. And he said, are you out the title race?
Yeah, he said Liverpool are 15 points clear now. Are you out the title race? Which is a legit question, isn't it? It is a legit, because they're not physically. There's still points to play for. It's a loaded question. And he just stormed out, didn't he? We're having absolutely none of it.
But what doesn't he like about that, do you think?
He wasn't happy with the first question, which was about the striker. He said they're working hard. He batted that one off. He just about answered that, but didn't want to. And then the final insult was the last question.
It's so precious.
He's getting a bit
I don't
edgy, isn't he?
understand these post-match. Like, it doesn't need to be so. It feels to me there's no question you can ask.
Well, I
It's
just think
hard.
those guys, like, and I know you
It's
know those
hard.
guys. We know those guys,
Yeah.
right? We work with them. Quite often, really nice people. You know what I mean? And you think that's a hard place to be. An angry Premier League manager asking him kind of questions that are goading him. It's a tough job, isn't it?
Yeah, I'd hate it.
Like, you're just that close to getting both barrels, aren't you?
Yeah,
At all times.
and they're giving you daggers. They're like, I don't even want to be here. I don't want to answer your questions. And with Arteta at the minute, he's getting a bit edgy, isn't he? He's getting a bit edgy the last few weeks. I know they dropped points. He knows that they're out the title race. That it's all over. 15 points. They're not going to make that up.
Yeah.
But what can you say? Do you go out and say no, we're still in it, or do you go? He could have easily just gone, look, it's going to be tough. We're going to take them to the wire until it's mathematically not. But then it's all hindsight. Imagine trying to say that when the emotions are running high.
I think you get to this bit of the season now, and I guess if you're a Liverpool fan, you're starting to work out where it can be won and trying to line it all up. It's nearly impossible to work out if you should go away on holiday or take a weekend or work out plans. It's tricky, isn't it? Are we in what they call a business end yet?
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
God, this is fairy tale end now. If you're a Liverpool fan, you're buzzing.
Oh, it's the one they want as well, massively.
It's something like if they win the next 9 games that are remaining, if they win them,
Done. Is it already?
they'll finish on 97 points.
Oh.
Which obviously would be a great number to finish on and significance of it.
Huge.
Incredible, right?
Huge.
Yeah.
Just before we get into the games, I noticed recently, they're bringing a new rule in on goalkeeping. Is it 6 seconds
8.
or 8? It's 8 seconds.
8
yeah.
seconds.
So, and then they're going to give a corner.
If a goalkeeper holds on to
But
it.
this came to my attention just on the yellow bar. IFAB are bringing it in. That was just after we discussed goalkeepers and not being punished for holding on to the ball. So what I'm trying to say is I feel like we're having an influence on global football topics.
I wonder if someone from that committee was watching,
100%
listening to the podcast when they was doing a run around a Geneva lake or somewhere, and was like, I'm going to bring this to...
I need to bring this to the attention of IFAB.
Yeah.
So if you are that IFAB listener, get in touch, because we're changing the face of football.
For the better?
Yeah.
I think it is.
I'd say so.
Well, because Joe, it will stop. Towards the end of the game,
When they jump on the floor.
they jump on the floor, take their time. It's going to stop that completely. You have to be quick.
Will it get enforced? That's the question.
Yeah, it will.
Will it
For the
properly
first
get enforced?
month or two. I remember Ryan Shawcross. When they brought in the holding for corners. Like you can't hold anyone.
Yeah.
There was a huge debate about it.
Yeah.
I think our first game of the season, we played Man United, I think it was, and Ryan Shawcross kind of held someone like as you do at every corner, and they gave a penalty for it, and then I never saw it ever again after that.
It's true. There's
Yeah,
one
but the thing
week
is
or
that's-
two of just massive, over enforced.
Them ones are all a little bit subjective, aren't they? Like how long did they hold on to
How
them
long
for?
they
How
hold
long
them.
was the tug? Whereas this one with the keepers, I think it's here to stay because as soon as they got it in their hands, bang,
know.
the clock is starting. But then who does the clock? Is it the ref? Is
What
it the
about if you had it
fourth?
on the screen? The minute he catches it, you got the like the 0 0 0
Yeah.
0 0 goes, the quick stopwatch clock.
Yeah,
And then everyone in the stadium, and then it goes red when it's gone over.
Yeah, that's quite good.
fans are
Oh,
starting
yeah.
getting involved with the countdown.
You good, that?
Yeah.
So we didn't talk about it at the time, but did you enjoy the referee being able to talk to the stadium? It was that FA Cup? Was that a couple of weekends ago?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was kind of bizarre actually hearing their voices.
What if they was nervous doing that?
There must be.
Yeah.
Because also you
They-
train to be a referee, you don't train to be a kind of...
Public speaker.
Yeah.
So it was on certain matches, wasn't it? Well, I think
Yeah.
it might have been at Spurs' game. Correct
think
me
you're
if
right.
I'm wrong. So the referee that was doing that obviously would have known that would have been in place. He must have had a practice the night before or that morning
But in the mirror.
in the mirror.
It's very
So-
gladiators.
Must have done, mustn't
isn't
it?
You know, gladiators when
Yeah.
they do it.
Yeah.
Clattenburg does it.
Yeah.
By the way, what a fucking show that is. Have you watched Gladiators recently?
Yeah, I'm all
It's
over
great,
it.
isn't
It
it?
basically hasn't changed.
No.
It's
Brilliant.
the beauty of it. I
It's
love
good.
it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it did feel when they talked to the stadium, and this is obviously the way it's going to go, right? Refs are going to be expected to talk to the stadium.
Just don't be nervous when you do it. Show a bit of authority.
You've got to, yeah, that's it. You've got to you got to do it with a bit of confidence.
Fake
I
it
think
to
the
make
rugby ones do it well, to be fair.
Yeah.
It's good. Yeah, just want to touch on the rumours that Van Dijk and Salah potentially signing a deal. Maybe not Trent. There's a lot of rumours going around that they've agreed.
They
don't want to announce it.
Yeah,
while-
so they've signed, agreed, and it's not publicly being announced. I don't know what the tactic around that would be, because it's obviously heavily linked that Trent is going to Madrid, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Well, that's been the stronger rumour, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I think there's more chance of Salah or Van Dijk staying.
Yeah. But then is it one of them that if this is true, for instance, if them two have signed, does it kind of throw Trent under the bus a little bit? You know, like why are they not announcing it? They are not announcing it because it makes Trent look bad, because I mean, I don't know. The rumours are that he's near enough. It's done. Him going to Madrid. So if them two come out basically while there's still games to play, it kind of puts a shadow on him in terms of what he's done at Liverpool.
Well, I think it
get
might
stick.
be difficult towards the end of the season. If
It's horrible.
It's like obvious that he's leaving. Then I don't know. I think if it's a done deal, you announce it, and I don't think you can keep it secret either.
No.
So, especially in a city like Liverpool, where everyone's desperate to know.
Well, this is
Yeah.
it. So
I don't think if
so
they've
it comes
signed the
out.
contract, there's no way you keep that. You can keep
Can't
that.
do, not them two players. There's got to be some plan in place. I know we just spoke about them winning the league, and it's got to happen. But it feels like there's a plan already in place about, right, okay, well, if it's true that these have signed, there's already a release date in mind. If that makes sense, of
Because
Liverpool.
this has been a discussion for so long, maybe they've just got their dream reveal in mind. So maybe, for example, Salah's going to have it written on his chest, scores, top comes off.
I ain't fucking leaving.
More years.
I am fucking leaving. That's how to do it, Sid.
Imagine that.
It would be amazing.
And the top just flings off.
Yeah.
But you imagine what like an iconic picture that would be.
This is what I mean. Like, it is a real
Got me.
moment.
Like, it's like just stop oil, isn't it? Like, he just rips it off and go, I'm not fucking leaving.
Imagine how huge that would be.
Written on.
Yeah. Just
Unbelievable.
written.
And then Van Dijk follows him. Me too.
The thing is, because it is huge news, this signing. Obviously,
You know, if there ever was going to be a signing video that goes global, there goes a massive chance for this. I bet the PR team go, just let us know, please.
Yeah.
We got because it's the most talks about contracts for so long.
Yeah.
Like all of them. Like imagine all three of them. Like, do you remember Bebeto at the end? You know, remember Bebeto did the old. They all just lined up together.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Top off. But
one at a
we
time.
are staying.
Yeah.
Imagine.
They could
The
make
place
history.
in a
But they
rock,
could
wouldn't
make
it?
history. They could make history doing something like this.
Yeah.
This would be remembered forever. Also, it would change reveals of these types of deals, because these deals are traditionally just kind of farted out a lot of the time. They're not treated the same as a new signing.
Yeah.
But it's just as big.
Yeah.
This.
I genuinely think,
if not bigger.
Yeah, they should definitely do something like this. Like,
I get
if
what
you
you're
had all
saying.
three of them signed,
Yeah.
literally,
So, like, what
So
we
one starts and the next one joins.
just come in all three of them together or something, and like I don't know, shirt off each or.
So all the player signing stuff like that, like Barca do or Madrid, and like, we've done a load of features, haven't we, on the podcast before? Let's do one about them staying.
That's
About three of the biggest players in world football, probably at the minute, that are playing at the top of their game at one of the biggest clubs in world football.
They could even shithouse it a bit. So imagine all three have signed for a minute. So this is all hypothetical. You know, obviously we're just saying with Trent, it doesn't look that way. But imagine two of them are doing it, and then it sort of pans to Trent, and he just sort of shakes his head. And then he gives it a little like, shall I do you want like? And then he comes over and joins in.
Super, like
Could be
listen,
great.
and, you know the way that the announcement videos are now. I feel like that could be huge.
It deserves it. If it's gonna happen, do it properly.
Okay, the next part of the podcast is supported by Paddy Power. It's the big weekend fixture. It's Arsenal versus Chelsea. Arsenal, as you'd imagine, favourites here, 3-4. Chelsea are 10-3. 10 gets you £43 back. How do we see this one going?
it seems like I open up every one of these going, this is a tough one.
To be fair, amount of times I've seen you actually do that.
Do you know why? I think they're all tough calls. Look, Chelsea at the moment are struggling in terms of Cole Palmer's obviously having a bit of a barren spell, isn't he?
Yeah.
Missed a penalty on the weekend. Hasn't
save though, right?
Yeah, good save. They rely on him heavily at Chelsea. Arsenal, you can say the same for them though. They're having a bit of a struggle recently.
Yeah, we said this in the last podcast though. We joked that Arsenal are struggling a bit, not having a striker, that kind of thing. And then I think I said it.
You said they might go and get 10.
Yeah, but watch it because we're recording this earlier in the week. Watch them go get 10. They got 7.
That would have been one of the most amazing calls if we were actually doing that game and you went for a 7.
So this is the thing with them. As much as there's this narrative around, they do have goals in them, obviously, and also I don't think you can under sort of play the atmosphere in the Emirates and these sort of, especially 2 London teams. They're sort of bang up for it. On a personal level, this is my father-in-law against my brother-in-law, so it gets heated. And there's some great stories I could tell about because they're on a constant wind-up. Being a Watford fan, father-in-law doesn't take the piss so much, but with him, oh my God, it's constant in that house.
Because this game is normally on TV as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
Have you been an occasion when you're in the living room they're at it?
There was one time, I won't say who to who, but a glass of red wine got thrown over there. It was.
Really? Was it aggressive though?
Oh,
was it? Oh wow!
A glass of red as well.
Oh wow!
I don't know if I'm allowed to say that. I haven't named him yet.
No,
so I'm not named. So it
no
could be
names.
any.
Anyway,
he's such a legend for it because I would never do that to my father-in-law. I was
it must be
that is a massive.
You must be a wind-up merchant.
Massive move. Imagine throwing a glass of red wine over your father-in-law.
Wow, I bet you instantly
That's huge.
But you'd be 40 over
your kid. Imagine your daughter goes out with someone.
Yeah, and they throw wine on
they
you.
throw a glass of red wine over you.
Yeah,
I don't know how you come back from that.
Yeah, I know what you mean. That's a big shout.
That's huge. I've got massive respect for him for doing it.
Yeah. How did he recover after?
I think it was just a bit unspoken. And, it was sort of father-in-law was quite cool about these things.
That is heated.
That's big, isn't it?
That's heated.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I hope I won't get in trouble for that.
No, I'd be stupid.
I don't think so. I'm just trying to think in my head sometimes doing this podcast, you have to think in real time about what you could get in trouble for.
Well, I think if anything comes back of it, let's just listen. Regards to your family.
Yeah.
I think that papers over all the cracks.
We're all for it. We're all for the families, aren't we?
And this is what football does to you in these circumstances.
Yeah, exactly right. Chelsea are missing some players, obviously. Madueke and Jackson have been the main ones.
Average of just over 3 goals per game in the last 5 meetings between these clubs in the Premier League.
Well, okay.
So there's been goals. Just over 3 goals, So 2-1 could be the score.
That's why he loves a 2-1. He absolutely loves a 2-1.
We're getting so much shit for this 2-1.
It's not worked the 2-1s for me, so I'm staying clear of 2-1s.
Obviously, last week we had the over 4.5 goals. So this is the rule where you basically need 5 goals in a game. I went for it in the Brentford Villa match and got absolutely nowhere fucking near it. So I wouldn't advise it again. No. But I'm just letting you know that is a rule still.
Yeah, and at some point in the season, needs must sort of thing. So if you're behind, you're going to have to start rolling the dice, go big.
Yeah, exactly right.
If it comes off.
I know where I'm going. I don't know if you want
go on in.
First.
Go for it then.
I mean, Chris wants to go say 2-1 first, I think.
Basically.
Yeah.
But no,
you're
it's
going
all right.
2-1 Arsenal. I can read your mind. 2-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, he's going 2-1 Arsenal.
But are you saying you want to go first? Because this is a thing now.
I think you was going 2-1 Arsenal before you even looked at all your
what is everyone saying, Chris?
All right.
I'm gonna go 2-0 Arsenal.
Okay.
I don't think Chelsea can score.
Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's good defence, isn't it? Arsenal at home as well.
Let me get some names from Instagram. We've got Pat Green, Lewis Townley, Kieran Plummer, Katrina Murphy. Tell me if I say a name that jumps out, and then we'll go with their prediction and have a look at it. Yeah, Luke Frost, Callum Perry, Rose Ellen, Charlie Price, Simon Oates,
Oatsy.
Should we go see
Let's go
Oatsy?
see
Should we see what
Oatsy.
it
Let's
says?
see what Oatsy's saying.
All right. Says, afternoon, Chris. Regards to you and yours and the lads' families. Here's my predictions.
Okay. Great.
So, Arsenal-Chelsea, he's gone 1-1. I think a draw is, I don't know. It's a gutsy move in this game.
He could be
Most
jumped out.
people, I would say, have gone 2-0 or 2-1. So 2-0 is a good shout. Are you going 2-0?
I've gone 2-0, yeah.
Yeah, all right. I think that's actually very good. I think.
Okay. You're going to go 2-1?
I probably am going to go 2-1, yeah.
Okay. So is that dinged?
I'll dig that in now.
I've
yeah.
dinged mine.
All right, okay. I'm going to go with... I was going to go with a 2-2. But I'm just edging to see if there's going to be a 3-2, but I don't want to get sucked into that malarkey. I want to go with a 2-2.
Desmond.
I want to go with a 2-2 because I've got a feeling I backed a 2-2 in this fixture before. I might have even done a 3-3 and it come in.
A 1-1 is 11-2. That's a repeat of last meeting.
Yeah.
But let me sway you in any way.
No. I'm worried because Arsenal have got a good defence, right? But I just can see it being a bit of a freaky game. A bit horny. I'm going to go 2-2.
I don't know what that means, but it's very exciting.
But it's provocative.
Gets the people going.
All right, Paddy's Boost. We each pick a leg of the Crouch Pod Bet Builder. That Bet Builder is then boosted by 20% on the specials section of the Paddy Power website or app. Okay, I'm going player to be carded, Enzo Fernandez.
Okay. The player to be fouled. Do you want to do this or me?
No, you go that one.
Player to be fouled. Let's go Cole Palmer.
I'm going to go a player to score or assist, Wanyeri.
Okay, nice.
Youngster.
Staying well at the moment.
Yeah, very well.
17 years old.
I know, it's
Amazing.
incredible. Eh? Brilliant.
Okay, odds are correct at time of recording. Please gamble responsibly. This is a paid advertisement from BetterHelp. As a footballer, such a competitive environment, it's hard not to compare yourself to others. But after I stopped playing, I realised that we're all actually doing it. It's like a natural instinct. But here's the thing, comparison can be the thief of joy. Therapy can help you focus on what you want instead of what others have, so you can start living your best life. As the largest online therapy provider in the world, BetterHelp can provide access to mental health professionals with a diverse variety of expertise. Stop comparing and start focusing with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/crouch today to get 10% off your first month. That's betterhelp.com/crouch. Moving on to Everton versus West Ham. So I was at Wolves on Saturday night. I did the Wolves-Everton match. Actually spoke to David Moyes and Parched, Charlie Adam.
How was it?
Chaz is obviously set-piece coach at Everton.
Yes.
Just saying how much he's enjoying his role. Got a chance to chat to him. Really pleased for him, to be fair. Glad they're doing really well. Really pleased with David Moyes as well.
Yeah.
Set pieces.
I was going to say that. I bet he feels like, because he had a great left foot, didn't he, Chaz? And I bet he feels like he wishes he could just like, listen, son, I'll show you how to do it. Just follow this.
Well, he hit me a midget stick for a mile away.
Yeah.
Literally. Again, it's one of the best videos. I know we spoke about it last time. It's just the best.
So good.
You know, on the how much did you catch up with him about? Does he name some of the set pieces after him? Like, he must come in with his ideas, right? He must dream them up, then have to come in and go, these are the set pieces I think we should try. Is it like the flying Parched? Or like the inverted P?
Or the midget's dick.
Or the midget's... just one of them, he gestures from the sidelines for the midget's dick.
Yeah.
It's like... Do you think he gives it that? Does the wings of a fly... You see the lads gather into the just line up ready.
Might be a bit obvious what they're doing there with that one. But yeah, really pleased, and also a massive turnaround, right?
Happy camp.
Really happy camp. Like, they just were absolutely buzzing, you know. I mean, David Moyes, what a job he's done. Absolutely amazing to turn around. And they're on a bit of a run. What I'm saying is, you know, when you're on a run, you do not want to give that run up. And I think, you know, being at home as well, and West Ham it's difficult to it's difficult with West Ham involved. I never know which way to go because, you know, you kind of you kind of don't know what West Ham you're going to get. Do you?
Yeah. And they're still evolving, aren't they, under Potter?
Yeah.
So he's trying to, I think he's had to go in there, strip it back to basics, as well as trying to put his own stamp on it. Because you see him at Brighton and the way he plays, he likes playing out from the back. He flicks through formations throughout games, but I don't think he can do that with this current West Ham team or squad because they've got injuries as well to key players. So
not an amazing away form as well.
Yeah, it's a tough one for him at the moment. But yeah, Everton are strong at home. I think this is going to be a tight game. This could be tight. Do
you want to go first, Sids?
Do you know what? I'm going to back a draw.
Again?
Yeah.
Not another Desmond? Go for the triple Desmond this weekend.
I don't think this one is going to be as horny as the first one. So I'll go for a 1-1.
Distinct lack of blueies.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a 1-1. Yeah, I'll score draw 1-1.
This is massive.
Oh, interesting.
Just
Okay.
going for the draws.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm comfortable going. I'm going to go with a 1-0 to Everton.
Okay.
Tough place to go, Goodison Park. West Ham aren't great away from home. Only won 4 games away from home. And I fancy Everton to win it 1-0.
So I fancy an Everton win. So it's whether I go 2-0 or 2-1.
Oh, he loves a 2-1. Absolutely loves a 2-1. 2-1. I reckon. I genuinely think he's up there with low and slow. 2-1 for him. I reckon he actually gets more erect over a 2-1 scoreline.
What happens most throughout your week? Is it missionary or is it 2-1? I reckon you got 3 2-1s in your locker.
Should know it should just be called 2-1 now, isn't
Missionary,
it?
it's just 2-1. You know when you're just talking, if the lads, I don't know, if all the single boys out there have been out, some, perhaps got lucky or something. Do you have to say what happened last night? All that discussion. Yeah. Just went in with a quick 2-1. Anything else? No, it's a straight 2-1. 3-2 on the other hand.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sid's just horny for a draw.
Horny for a draw. Very sexual today.
The problem is, right, so surely statistically 2-1 is the most common score in football.
Well, missionary is the most common position, I would say. But I just don't let us persuade you. Like, if you're comfortable with missionary,
go with 2-1. Yeah. Go with 2-1.
I'll go 2-1 then, please.
Can you potentially go for 3-2-1s here?
I think he could.
100%.
He is.
I've got. Listen, we're trying to win a league here. You don't win anything with sort of 5
outlandish
4s.
comments.
I'm just looking at what I've got for the next one.
3-2-1s is that? It's honestly, I think that should be
full mission.
It should be yellow card. That I feel like that should be yellow card.
Or 3-2-1.
Yeah.
3-2-1s and
Although
none come in. You should lose a point.
Okay, next game, Southampton Wolves. I want to say big one, but I feel like Southampton have gone. Unfortunately, I think Wolves are competing with Ipswich. I think it was like 5 points. I think it might be 5 points clear.
This is huge for Wolves. It's huge for both teams, right? Southampton.
Oh yeah, they can pull away.
Well, because Southampton, I know, like at the moment they're on course to do the record, aren't they? Mm-hmm. 9 points. Derby had 11, didn't they? I think. Mm-hmm. So they're not going to want to go down, with that.
Do you know they've won one game and drawn one at home this season?
Yeah.
It's a real problem, this one, because there's something about this game that makes me want to back Southampton.
I bet you don't.
And that defies all
2-1?
logic. Well, this is the problem. 2-1 Wolves, please.
Are you trying to get your 2-1 in for Wolves now?
You're going to go 2-1. You might as well say it.
This is a massive differential. You're both going to back Wolves, obviously.
I think.
Is it worth me assuming you're
to.
just going to get a point? Because I think it's a hard one to predict what Wolves will score in this game for the risk of Southampton, but they're just so bad.
Defensively, I did Chelsea. They played Chelsea. I remember doing that game and thinking it was suicide the way they were playing Southampton.
Okay, all right.
I don't know if I've changed. I didn't see the last game they played. I was working and they did the Liverpool game. Obviously,
But then they got that goal. That's the thing. They got that early goal against Liverpool.
Yep.
It was scrappy though, wasn't it? It was
Took 2 penalties, didn't it, for them to overcome it? Liverpool and Liverpool, one of the best attacking teams in Europe, if not the best.
Go on, might as well get out of the way now.
Well,
2-1
I was
Wolves. I'll say it for you.
I was going to go 3-0 Wolves.
Be happy with 2-1.
I think you want me to go 2-1 now.
No,
I just think because it's the most shithouse 3 results.
Did I go 2-1 in the first game as well? All right. So what? Full missionary is
I
the
think
call,
so. Just for the sake of it.
just play out. Just play. Keep ploughing through.
This weekend, everyone, we're going full missionary. 2-1. 2-1. 2-1.
2-1 to Wolves.
2-1 to Wolves, I should say. Yeah.
Christ almighty.
So 1-2, I guess.
Oh, see, I'm in a predicament now because I've already backed 2 draws, so I could go. I could
Are you
see
horny
this,
for another?
or I could see this being a 1-1 draw.
Can you imagine this was on the telly?
You horny for a draw.
I could go for a draw because you could see this being a draw. You really could. Do you know what? I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going to go for a draw. The only thing is, I've done 2-2. I've done 1-1. Do I do a 0-0?
Mate, or a 3-3?
Someone's excited.
Why is this little horn for draws all of a sudden?
It's legit. I just see these being draws. Okay, I'm going to go for
A 3-all gets you a 4-pointer, you know.
I'm not getting sucked in. Southampton aren't scoring 3
Mate,
goals.
3-all would be massive.
Yeah, it would be. Not on my watch. I'm going to go for a... I'm going to go for a 0-0.
0-0! I don't think in the history of this game anyone's gone for a 0-0. I think that might be the first of all time.
I'm going to go for a 0-0.
I've seen some stuff on this pod today. A 0-0. For a 0-0.
Do you know what?
Oh my God. All the people that listen to this podcast are probably not going to go now.
Listen.
Southampton fans, oh, fuck that. I'll do something else.
The mad thing is, as soon as that game kicks off, I've got 3 points.
He always says this. He always says
you do say that, yeah.
Yeah. I legit have got 3 points. And
All he's got to do is just got to keep it tight.
I could see this. I could see this being the last game on Match of Day.
Yeah,
I think it's going to be 0-0.
I'd
Just
actually
a really
prefer-
positive way he says this. Like that. Like it's a good thing.
Sorry, I'm sorry for any Wolves fans that are travelling down listening to this on a Derby game.
You
Sorry.
reckon there's plenty of Wolves fans travelling down going like, oh, wonder how lads are thinking the game's going to go. Last on Match of the Day and no goals. That's outrageous. All right, I think it's going to be exciting. I think Wolves 3-1. Okay, well, I'm sure we'll be inundated with messages into the socials about a potential missionary or horny for a draw weekend.
What will the headline be at the end of this weekend? That's the question.
Yes. Interesting. Okay, should we do some messages? Regards to your families, after listening to the Friday podcast and Chris talking about the Battle of the Boyne being an occurrence in the Apple calendar, I wanted to share what that means to me and my mates. We're all now in our early 30s, all either married or got kids. And when trying to plan a day trip session down to London in the summer last year, it was proving impossible as people, wives and girlfriends, had plans for almost every weekend. So scrolling through our Apple calendar, we found a free day, Friday the 12th of July, which was Battle of the Boyne. We excitedly booked our trains, and when other halves kept on asking us what we were doing, we replied with 4 words, Battle of the Boyne. In the midst of all this, it was 2 days before the Euros final, and I needed Spain to win a 42 grand bet from a £5 stake, which involved Liverpool winning the League Cup, United winning the FA Cup, Madrid the Champions League, and Spain the Euros. The cash out was 13 grand. We spent almost the entire Battle of Boyne asking random people in London pubs what they think we should do. After a 10-hour session, we got the train back to Sheffield, where I fell asleep in the train corridor. I also never cashed out and won the whole 42 grand.
That is
Wow.
Incredible scenes. From that day onwards, we have vowed to make Battle of the Boyne a bank holiday every year. This year includes going to Benidorm for a stag do, which falls over the Battle of Boyne. And next year, back to London as it falls during the World Cup. Up the Blades, seeing the Prem next year, Warren Tomlinson, a fellow Ginger of Sid's.
There we go.
Wow.
How good is that?
That is an incredible message.
That Battle of the Boyne for them boys will be remembered forever.
I always think you need something like this. You know, like a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
Like with your partner. It's like, no, hold on, no. This Battle of the Boyne's been going on for years. Like even, you almost need to create one before you go into a relationship, I think. You know, like you go, you just call it, just go like a Battle of the Boyne. So just to let you know, before we embark on this relationship, which I hope takes us to great places, hopefully marriage and children, there is this one day where this Battle of the Boyne where we go away.
It's such good advice. That,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't. Yeah. I didn't do that. I didn't have a nailed on day. And then what you find is you get into marriage and everything, and so as lovely as it is, Christmas is with family, your birthdays with family, like it's all that. It's harder to book. Like having that thing in the diary every year is great advice, Crouchy.
What I'm saying is when you great, you know, you're in a relationship now, but like I just think it's a lot easier early on to say this is a non-negotiable.
Well, do you do it like on the third or fourth date maybe? Because at that point they're clearly invested to a certain extent.
Yeah.
It's early enough that they don't care at that point. What do you mean? Like one day it's absolutely. You just I think you say it how you said it, Pete, and then you almost have to clarify it with a like just to confirm this.
Yeah.
This is a non-negotiable day. And will be.
It's
forever.
like a weekend almost, like a 2-day.
Yeah.
It's a
Friday, Sunday.
Yeah, Friday to Sunday. Just one day, you know, one weekend a year where, you know, we Battle of Boyne it.
Yeah, or whatever day you choose.
Yeah, because I can just see that like from a woman's point of view, like a brain ticking, going, all right, okay, no problems. I'll fucking show you. Like I said, to say you won't get that. Do you know what I mean? It entices her more.
Oh, I see what you mean.
To get over the line.
Oh, right.
But she'll allow it, but she's like...
No, I think it's non-negotiable. I think once you enter the relationship, it's all new and exciting. When you're married with kids 10, 15 years down the line, if you want to trip away, it's harder. Whereas if you've always had it, it will continue for the rest of your life.
Yeah, listen, I'm all for it.
Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, I agree, yeah.
Great advice, Crouchy.
Yeah, it's just a bit of advice for all the young listeners. From a whipped up old husband. Lads, obviously we're going to get into a Vanarama as you know we will every week on the pod now. But just wanted to mention the stand for the stewards at the rugby. Yeah, and obviously Guy Gower. Just giving him a shout out by name because he was. I mean, he did a good 20-second clap on his own for the stewards there
At the rugby.
I actually felt a couple of people felt like they joined in because he was so confident with his clapping when the stewards came out.
Above his head as well.
Yeah, and he's really making a strong case for clapping the stewards. And I felt like it was in fact, if I was there, I would have stood up, even if I didn't know what he was doing. So I feel like he knows that these people need a clap.
If anywhere can get it going, it'd be rugby stadiums. More so than football.
Because they're joining in on the clapping, whatever.
It's just a nice vibe, isn't it? It's a good
Agreed.
vibe.
Okay, quick Vanarama, lads, if you don't mind. Paul Gascoigne, Stacky, or Razor Ruddock.
Well, hang on. Before we get into Vanarama, one thing is, I know you're making arrangements around this theme tune to get it recorded properly. I do think we should still have the theme tune every week.
Oh, so you're totally right, sorry. Here's today's Vanarama.
See, that's what it needs,
That's
doesn't it?
You were
Every time.
totally right.
It's the right decision. I'm sorry to overrule.
No, I
but
totally agree with you. It was the right decision. I'm looking for the man in the middle. Oh, yeah. I'm hoping he can change his seat. I don't think he can get to the window. So take a look at the fan and the driver's seat and make sure you go for that change. Woo!
Na 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 na. So today's Vanarama.
It's Paul Gascoigne, it's Graham Stack, and it's Razor Ruddock.
Jeez, that's
God, this is hard.
Well, it's a loose driver, whoever's driving. The thing is here, usually, like, I was expecting a sensible driver somewhere.
Yeah.
Like for me, it's always the most sensible. And I don't know where we're going with this. Who will I trust to be, like, if I'm a passenger, who would I trust driving me?
No, I think I mean, for me, driving that, I'd go Razor.
Razor driving.
Out of them, put this, I've been in a car with Stacky driving, and I'd probably never get in one
I
again.
don't think Stacky would be in the middle, personally, for me.
I don't think.
I think it's Gazza in the middle.
I don't think any of them would want to go in the middle at all. I think they'd all say, right, let's jump in the back, and then we'll have a tear up, and whoever's last one out, they sit in the middle.
Yeah, but it is our job today. It's our job, however long this takes, to establish what's going to go.
No, I mean, I've got an answer. I put Ruddock driving as well.
Yeah,
I can see that happening. I also put Paul Gascoigne in the middle because I think he likes being around people. He's involved in everything. He needs to be around it. He's happy in the middle, adjusting the radio, telling gags so both people can hear him equally, and that puts Stacky in the window seat.
That feels right to me. I can't think of another combination that feels right.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't think there's no right or wrong answer. I mean, I could just see Gazza just pulling the handbrake up though, as well.
Listen,
and I could see him changing gear.
What I'm saying is, I don't want to be in the back of that van.
But no.
Have you ever seen the guy where they drive around and then they go to the back and all the paint's gone all over him? Have you seen that, man?
No.
If you haven't seen that, that's worth a Google.
I can picture it.
Yeah, I see.
Hang on, John.
Look at him.
Fucking, that's white paint.
What are you doing, John? You're fuming.
He's squeaking it out. Oh, he's fuming. He's fuming.
I hate my life. Oh, honestly, unbelievable.
All right, so we happy with that three, are we?
Happy that free, yeah.
Yeah.
That's settled.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah.
We're all happy.
Yep.
Yeah,
let's
send
do
us
it.
in if you're not.
And
if
that's
you're not
Vanarama for this week.
happy. Cheers, Vanarama.
Theme tune.
I'm looking for the man in the middle. Oh yeah. I'm hoping he can change his seat. I don't think he can get to the window. So take a look at the fan and the driver's seat and make sure you go for that change.
Na 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 na.
Okay, because obviously Cheltenham this week. I'll just do a quick Cheltenham 11 if you don't mind.
Yeah, of course.
Thank you.
Oh God,
Clippity
yeah,
clop.
sorry, Cheltenham. Okay, already good. Cheltenham weekend, rolling straight into St Patrick's Day.
Yeah.
then. Yeah,
Yeah.
Busy
always
few
is.
days ahead.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the amount of people who go to Benidorm to watch Cheltenham, I wasn't aware this was such a thing.
Oh really?
Are you across this?
No.
Oh my God! Right, so many people go out to Benidorm to watch Cheltenham. I don't know if this is just something that's grown year on year. There's probably people listening to this that are doing that. I wasn't aware this was a thing. I think it's a fantastic idea.
They
Well,
fly
enjoy
to
it.
Benidorm.
They fly to Benidorm to
watch it on a big
Cheltenham
screen.
big screens in sunshine, and then St Patrick's Day. Sort of, it's a great few days.
Big booze up.
How
Yeah.
good is that? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, as I said, manager Clippity Clop, Pepe Reina in goal, Back four of Ashley Fole, Jamie Carragher, Robert Hoof and Furlong Mendy. The midfield, Steed Sidwell, Frank Lampard, Stallion Petrov. Forwards are Neymar, Sadio Mane, Edson Cavalry. And on the bench, we've got Winnie Bullard, N'Golo Kanta, JB Redknapp.
Nice.
Brian McBridle, Constitution Danny Mills, Jimmy Floyd Hasselbanker, Bumper Mertesacker, Florence Sinner Pongol, and Hey Okocha.
Very good, that.
That was sent in by Ollie.
Very good.
Well done, Ollie.
Like it.
And regards to your families, Ollie, and good luck for the weekend, boys.